In the world of Naruto, the Kage is the most revered person in the village, the one who is charged with watching over and caring for all the people of the village. But what if I told you that the Kage have done more harm to the world than good? Would you agree? In this video, I'll look at some of the most significant moments in Naruto where the Kage fell short of expectations. From the creation of the jinchuriki system to the creation of jutsu that led to the 4th Great Ninja War, I'll cover all the ways that the Kage failed the ninja world. One of the reasons the Kage failed as leaders was because they were obsessed with power. Each Kage wanted their village to be the strongest, which led to conflicts and power struggles between villages. Instead of working together to create a peaceful world, they were busy trying to one-up each other. The perfect representation of this was the second Hokage. Once TOBIRAMA became the Hokage, all the efforts put in by Hashirama to maintain peace with the Uchiha started spiraling out of control. All of this animosity and bad blood eventually led to the Uchiha clan massacre during the reign of Hiruzen. Now, to be clear, Hiruzen never wanted this to happen, but he didn't do much to stop it either. And that's the thing about history. Sometimes, even those who don't want to be remembered for something end up being remembered for it anyway. The Uchiha clan started an uprising after years of being treated horribly, and except for a few members, they were wiped out. Instead of the Hokage working towards peace by cooperating and connecting, they did the opposite. Another reason that justifies why the Kage failed was because of their poor treatment of the tailed beasts and the creation of the jinchuriki system. Upon the death of Hagoromo, the tailed beasts, who loved Hagoromo dearly, were left heartbroken and alone. Then to make matters worse, humans started treating them like weapons instead of beings with feelings. That's where the Kage come into the picture, and boy, did they mess things up. Instead of gaining the tailed beast's trust and seeing them as equals, our great Kage enslaved these mighty creatures. The Kage thought that they could control these powerful beasts and use them to their advantage, but they couldn't have been more wrong. The tailed beasts were like ticking time bombs, ready to explode at any moment. They caused chaos and destruction wherever they went, and the Kage had a hard time keeping them in check. Just like when Shukaku went on a devastating rampage destroying the Hidden Sand Village. Instead of using the tailed beasts for good, the Kage enslavement of them only led to disaster. The Kage's failure to understand and respect the tailed beasts as sentient beings led to countless innocent lives being lost. As epic as the 4th Great Ninja War was, it never should have happened to the magnitude it did, and a lot was due to the decisions by the Kage. But it was TOBIRAMA again that may be at most fault, even though he was long dead. Long before the war, TOBIRAMA prepared the wood for the fire through his mistreatment of the Uchiha clan, which ultimately led Madara down the path of enacting the infinite Tsukuyomi. He then provided the matches to start the fire by creating Edo Tensei, the jutsu responsible for forming the strongest opposition forces during the 4th Great Ninja War, that killed thousands of allied shinobi. Without Edo Tensei, the forces of the White Zetsu alone would have been nowhere near strong enough to pose a formidable threat to the allied forces. The creation of Edo Tensei may be the worst decision that a Kage ever made. Give me one example where this jutsu ever worked for the greater good. I'll wait. It's crazy to think that the actions of a Hokage from generations in the past could have such a huge impact on the world, even after they're long gone. It just goes to show you that every decision a leader makes can have consequences that last through future generations. Speaking of future generations, we all know that the main essence of establishing the Kage system was to protect, right? When Hashirama and Madara founded Konoha, they wanted to create a world where kids would never have to fight again. They wanted peace, love, and all that good stuff. This system was made to ensure unity and overall balance for everyone. Unfortunately, that didn't quite pan out. Throughout the course of ninja history, the nations were at war with each other. The 3rd Great Ninja War was especially brutal, with villages lacking sufficient manpower, so children as young as 12 were being sent out to fight. They were forced to go head-to-head in battles for the sake of the clan and village. Can you imagine being a fresh out of the academy genin and suddenly being thrown into a war zone against jonin? Yeah, me either. It's no wonder that so many young ninjas lost their lives in the war. The Kage system and the Kage themselves, which were supposed to protect and govern the villages, failed to prevent such a tragedy from happening. They were the main reason why it happened. These battles also ended up happening in small villages, without a strong ninja force. This led to villages being decimated, countless numbers of war orphans, and innocent lives lost. And it was the direct reason for the forming of the Akatsuki, which then led to more lives being lost. Speaking of the Akatsuki, the Kage were also responsible for secretly funding them and increasing their power, despite their designation as a criminal organization, most notably Onoki. There is no telling the number of heinous acts the villages paid the Akatsuki to commit, so that the village was not connected to the acts committed. The Kage also had a direct hand in warping the minds of those who looked up to them, for better or worse. For instance, TOBIRAMA, whom I happen to really like, but man, did this guy make a lot of mistakes. He gave rise to shinobi like Danzo with his ideology, and we all know how Danzo turned out. Likewise, Yagura Karatachi, the 4th Mizukage, came up with the Bloody Mist, the system where children would murder each other to become shinobi. I mean, what kind of sick twisted leader comes up with something like that? The worst part is that Yagura believed that this would create the most powerful shinobi. Like, really? That's your solution for creating strong ninja? Just make them kill each other? Yagura's reign as Mizukage is considered a dark chapter in the village's history, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. The guy was a total monster, and ended up corrupting an entire generation of shinobi with his twisted ideas. Then there's Rasa, the 4th Kazekage. Rasa turned Gaara into a jinchuriki as soon as he was born. He was also responsible for the death of his wife, and made Gaara's life a living hell. He treated Gaara like a weapon rather than a son, and didn't care about his well-being. To make matters worse, he believed that Gaara was a monster, and that nobody could ever befriend him. This made Gaara an outcast, and he was mistreated by everyone in the village. It's no wonder that Gaara became so cold and ruthless. Until, of course, he met our hero Naruto. It's a testament to Gaara's strength that he was able to overcome his traumatic past and become the Kazekage himself. While the Kage may be revered as powerful ninjas in the Naruto world, they have also failed the ninja world in many ways, and may have caused more harm than good. Their obsession with power, poor treatment of the tailed beasts, and role in leading up to the 4th Great Ninja War have all contributed to their failures as leaders. In a way, the failures of the Kage added depth and complexity to the story, making it more than just a simple tale of good versus evil. It showed that even leaders we look up to make mistakes with lasting consequences. It shaped the story of Naruto and profoundly impacted the ninja world, leading to conflict, destruction, and loss. It's clear that being a Kage is not as great as it may seem, and significant flaws in the Kage system have had lasting repercussions. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.